I'm going to give you the floor.
I get a chance now.
Yes, as always.
You got to go NFL Network. And obviously,
What do you want to know about the NFL Network? What do you want to know? What do you want to know?
last year,
Yes.
during that controversy,
Yes.
were you free as a talk show host?
Yes.
Was you down deep what you are, that is what you are.
Okay.
Were you free to address that dilemma
What do
with players?
Okay.
You know, the president and the league. Were you free on the air
Yes.
to address that any way you wanted?
What do you mean address it anyway?
Well, you had to have an opinion on it. Who was wrong? Who was right? Should they be able to kneel? Should not be able to kneel? Was the Goodell wrong?
1,000%.
Could Rich Eisen go on there?
I know we're on the air at the same time, but you want to answer this question?
Well, I mean for the NFL Network on Sunday mornings.
Oh yeah.
Could you say what you wanted to?
I addressed Trump himself.
You did.
Into the camera.
Into the camera, yeah.
How about
The day after, 2 days after he called players the SOBs.
So
Oh yeah.
you could if
you
you
always think that I've got no ability to speak my mind.
Are you allowed to knock the owners on an NFL Network?
What do you mean?
Well, if you disagree with the policy about
I
this,
disagree with the policy.
you can, and you can say it.
I've just said it
No
to you
pushback.
into
Well,
this
this-
microphone. But I will say, yeah.
but no pushback?
I have not been on the NFL Network since the new policy's been on the air. I think it was a dreadful decision.
You did.
I do. Not
sure
did.
how
I
feel
still
about-
do.
I'm not too sure how I feel about it. Yeah.
The players, we were at the Thursday night football game last year. This group was at the Thursday night football game last year between the 49ers and the Rams. On Thursday night game, do you remember?
That's
it was
a
like
great
80,
game, Rams
80
won.
point, yeah, and everybody thinks Thursday night football. What a snooze.
That
And
was
it
a great game.
Phenomenal,
Great game.
phenomenal,
It was a great
right?
game.
Okay. And that was before Jimmy G is going to showed up in San Francisco. That's going to be a great rivalry.
That's a good point. It is, yeah.
So at any rate, one or two players kneeled. No one was going to do that this year. No one was going to do it.
And now they
but
made
there
it.
was concern. There was concern in the meeting room that if they didn't address it and one or two players began to kneel again, that they'd be caught flat-footed late during the season. And they needed to deal with it now. And instead, it just made a whole big hoo-ha. And I think players are going to, I think a lot more. Week one will be
Here is the bottom line.
fascinating watch.
Here is the bottom line, though, for the players. All right, this is fact. Fans who spend a fortune going to these games,
Yes.
use their whole Sunday, drive to the ballpark, take hours to get there, hours to get out,
True.
buy PSLs,
True.
spend a fortune.
True.
They do not want to be protested to on Sunday afternoons. Bottom line. And that is why the Patriots are booed. The Patriots, they do not want to go to those games. And listen, we all know the players have the right to do what they want to do. It's a free country. We get that. But the fan,
Yes.
the blue-collar guy who's been going to these games for 800 years,
And women.
fair. They don't want to, get up at 8 o'clock in the morning, trek to the stadium, pay a fortune on PSLs, and then sit there and have the players kneel for the national anthem. They don't want it. It's as simple as that. And that's you can't blame the fans. The average fan going to those games doesn't want that. Now, you and I understand, we look at it a little differently, but the person who's going to that stadium doesn't want to sit there on his nice, happy escape day, doesn't want the world's issues ruining his Sunday, and they don't want to be protested to. That is fact.
And
that is fact.
And that is fact. But what I'm saying is that if a player does kneel, I mean, is that fan literally scanning the sideline to see if there's a protest going on?
Now
I would proffer
though.
to say that fan he or she is standing up with their hand over their heart, hopefully singing the national anthem, or not, getting concessions or going to the bathroom or trying to get to their seat. That's what I'm saying is that fans hear about it after the game, and I would proffer to ask the fan as well, who's I fully understand what you are saying, and I agree with what you are saying. But would that fan then not cheer for the player if they score a touchdown 2 minutes in the game?
Bottom line is he's there to have fun. He wants to for his team, so he's going to cheer.
So
But
there is a large conundrum here.
It's a tricky topic.
It is a tricky situation, one that I thought would have been best left alone.
Here's the other thing. May I say this? This is fair. I'm going to say this.
I'm not going to censor you in any way, shape, or form, since that's the undercurrent of this conversation.
I don't have any issues. Players do what they want. Here's something else I want to do. Register to vote. A lot of them aren't.
Mm-hmm.
Go vote. Go vote for your local elections. Go down to town hall.
Yep.
Register to vote. Don't give me this. Well, I don't vote. I hear a lot of guys don't vote. Only 51% of Americans vote. That's ridiculous. Go vote and get the people out of office who you don't want to be in office. Kaepernick was not registered to vote. Did you know that? So I got Kaepernick out there kneeling down. Hold on now. Go vote. This is a free country. Everybody's supposed to vote. To me, that's an obligation. People die for people to vote. Vote. And a lot of players and a lot of athletes and a lot of fans, everybody, they always moan and groan about how this, that, and the other. Vote. Get people. Parkland. Vote. Get the politicians out of office with the gun control stuff. Vote. Vote.
But
Yes.
Kaepernick did put his money where his mouth was. He said he was going to donate $1 million, and he did to over 30 different charities.
I agree, but he didn't vote. He wasn't registered to vote.
So
Doesn't that bother you guys?
A little bit.
I'm unfamiliar with his voting status, to be very honest.
Well, I mean, he might be registered now, but he wasn't when this whole process
I am
began.
unfamiliar with his voting status.
I don't care who you vote for, but don't you think if you're going to make that conscientious stand, you should be voted?
Separate from that issue, I had a problem with Marshawn Lynch sitting during the national anthem, I believe, in a foreign country, and then not speaking to the reporters as to why he did it. That I have an issue with. I had an issue with if you are going to do it and you are asked, why are you doing it? And you are doing it because you're using your platform to create some attention on something that you think demands attention of people who aren't paying enough attention to it. You should then say why you are doing it. I had a big problem with
Fair.
that.
I also had a problem with the chief defensive back who just got traded. What's his name?
Oh, as Marcus Peters?
Marcus Peters.
Right.
He, on a Monday night,
Yeah.
sat on the bench, and that day or the night before, we either had a shooting which killed 20 people, something occurred. I forget what it
I
was.
forget too.
Isn't it maybe that's the night that you make sure you stand?
Yeah, as you point, it is a tricky situation.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.